Chat, what I have here is basically internet archaeology. This is a bunch of VHS tapes from Nintendo promoting their product. This guy has been in a bunch of Nintendo tapes. I've never seen these, so this is all new to me. I'm assuming it's going to be new to some of you. And I guess they've been preserved and uploaded to the internet. And so we're going to watch. See if you recognize the games and see if you recognize the goons. Here we go.
Hey! I'm Josh. Listen, Nintendo is getting geared up for the 1995 product demonstration program. Nintendo, you know, the big guys,
pipe?
Top Dog, Big
Oh
Cheese.
yeah, potential flashing images.
Coming here tomorrow, probably dressed
90s.
We're filming the training video for the product demonstrator program, but you know what? That's tomorrow, and I can't wait! I'm so excited I can't hide it. I'm about to lose control. I frankly think I like it. Anyways, that's Phil behind the camera. Say hi, Phil.
Hey.
Phil, I'm thinking about doing a rehearsal or run through. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
You up for it?
Oh yeah.
You up for it?
Wow.
Let's do it. Come on.
I dare you to make a video like this again, Nintendo.
Here it is, the ultimate world of Nintendo. This is what we're gonna shoot tomorrow, so they're setting up all the lights and stuff now, but just look at all this stuff. I mean, it's like I died and went to Nintendo heaven.
Man, it does look cool.
I mean, Nintendo's got the greatest systems and best games in the world. Like Killer Instinct, Yoshi's Island, and Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest.
I know those products.
They've got the incredible Virtual Boy 3D game system, portable Game Boy system.
Oh, the Virtual
Super
Boy,
NES
no.
systems and Super
Abort.
Game Boy accessory. It's incredible. It's
No,
enough to
abort.
make your head explode. Nintendo is the mega giant video game maker. They created a multi-billion-dollar interactive industry here. All right, they're the leader in home video game entertainment, and you get to be a part of that. Now, the key tasks as a Nintendo product demonstrator are very simple. One, qualify the customer, please, which means help to determine which Nintendo
God.
stuff is best suited for them by asking questiones.
Yeah, they didn't give a
Find
shit.
out
They
what
just
like,
flashing
no
whatever.
prob. Two, sell the customer. That's easy. Motivate them to buy Nintendo products that you recommend. It's really a no-brainer. Get them to play the games if your store has an interactive display. Get them excited about Nintendo's 3 hardware systems: Super Nintendo Entertainment System, or Super NES, Virtual Boy 3D system,
No.
the portable Game Boy
That's
system.
not gonna work
but
out.
most importantly, get them pumped on Nintendo Supreme games like Killer Instinct,
Supreme?
Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest.
I guess this went
and
out to, like,
Super Mario
managers of,
World
like,
2,
Toys R Us's and
Yoshi's
KB
Island,
Toys and shit.
As well as super cool accessories like Super Game Boy. Plug it into your Super NES and play Game Boy games in color on your TV. I mean, this is hot. Need some cream or something. Hey, Phil, what's that over there? Gotta go. Okay, it's time to check your stuff. Now, I know you received a box like this. 710 splits.
Oh
and
my
inside
God.
should be the following. 1 counter demonstration box. This is great. It's your base station. Should have a topper, which we put on like this.
This is
with the
weird,
magic
'cause I've never
Velcro, boys
seen,
and girls. Set
like, a
it up
tape
near an
for
interactive display,
manufacturer
okay?
or, like,
Inside should be the
store
following.
owners in
You got
particular.
1 training manual with training tape. You're watching it now. Phil, grab onto this for me.
Wow.
Virtual Boy vest.
A Virtual Boy vest?
1 Virtual Boy hat. It looks good and, of course, protects you on bad hair days. Huh? Lets customers know that you're there for them. Now we got 3 buttons.
This didn't work, did it?
Killer Instinct button, a Donkey Kong Country 2 button, and a Virtual Boy button.
Yeah, that really didn't work.
3D. Also, of course, there's a pewter Killer Instinct pin. It's real pewter. It's killer.
I wonder how
Put 'em
much
on
that's
your
worth
vest
on the
like so.
collector's market now.
Okay, now around here, right here, is
a lot of pieces of flair.
available counter card with erasable marker. Now write your schedule on it so customers know when to come in. Here you go, Phil. Try to put
going
it
on?
in a visible spot.
Oh,
Next.
I thought it was
Yoshi's
an editing
Island
choice.
Promotional videotape. Watch
Was
it
not an
after
editing
watching
choice.
This tape. Somewhere around here is 150 Virtual Boy brochures, which tell you everything you need to know about the incredible 3D Virtual
The
Boy
Virtual Boy
system.
pin sells for
What
$200
else
on eBay,
is
apparently.
on 150 Super NES / Game Boy brochures, which tell you everything you need to know about Super NES / Game Boy. Supplies are limited. Just give to the undecided, the people I don't know.
I wonder if one of
but
these
I want.
boxes
I
is
guess
still
I
in
do, though.
existence, just
Maybe
unopened
now,
in a
well,
warehouse
just give
somewhere.
you some of these and put them right here in your pot. Also, 3 Nintendo Power magazines. There's Virtual Boy, Killer Instinct, and Yoshi's Island.
And
Chain
they're on
them
a-
to your station.
They're on a chain.
Show them to your customers. Your store may sell them, but if they don't and your customers want them or want a subscription, they can call 1-800-255-3700 to order.
This
That
is the
number
face of
also on your
Nintendo in
four-sided,
1995, chat.
pocket-size laminated information
Grunge
card.
music
Now,
has
stick it
never
right in
been
your
bigger.
vest. This tells you
Alternative
about
rock is
Super
the king of
NES,
the world.
Virtual Boy, Game Boy, and miscellaneous info. Put it right in this pocket. Now, what else we got? We got 5 Super Game Boy Super Promo coupon pads. Customers want Super Game Boy, give them a mail-in coupon. They send it in with proof of purchase and cha-ching, $50 worth of offers back. And a hip, up-to-date Nintendo News newsletter. What more could you possibly want except this? The form that tells you how to get paid. And don't worry, it's in your manual too.
I
All
want
you do is
Virtual
fill it
Boy.
out after each
Wait, no, I
shift
don't. Wait,
and
what am I
turn it
saying?
into your store manager or agency who hired you, and they cut you a check. Now, a quick couple things to remember here. The manual. The manual. Read it. It'll tell you everything you need to know to properly represent Nintendo. And second,
Wow, you gotta
don't
do
worry
a-
if you're missing any of the items
do a lot of
in
work.
the box. Just turn to the section labeled supplies in your binder, and it'll tell you how to order them with a quick, toll-free phone call. Okay, so you're thinking, hey, what do I wear?
Just do
Well,
so much
tomorrow
work for
I'm wearing
Nintendo.
a suit and tie for the shoot, but you don't have to
I
look
guess
as
it sells.
formal,
Why
just
not,
look
right?
good. And dress casually, but smart, you know. Professional looking. Nice shirt, nice pants, or blouse. Ah! Yeah. This
That's
is
a
more
funny
like it, huh?
joke.
Oh, you know what I forgot? This stuff. Now everyone who walks in the store will know, hey, you're the person I
Silly.
want to talk to. So now you're ready to learn more about the products. But first, let's give you a little history. Not history, but this is good history. The first Nintendo hardware system was the NES, or Nintendo Entertainment System. It started
My
the
eyes,
whole
Stevie!
video game craze up again with Super Mario Bros. And Donkey Kong, and it's still available in small numbers at stores. But the most popular Nintendo system today is Super NES, which stands for Super Nintendo Entertainment
Please stop
System.
that.
It's a 16-bit machine with a totally advanced system of graphics and over 32,000 colors. That's a lot of these. More moving
a lot of
characters,
colors,
better
yeah.
gameplay, and awesome stereo sound. But what sells the Super NES is the games. After all, you don't need a new system, just great games, and Nintendo's got them. I mean, Nintendo is
Next year, there would be a
constantly
new
breaking through
system.
with 16-bit cartridge-based games that have the playability and graphics that gamers demand. These guys know how to program. I mean, focus on the games. Computer-rendered
What
titles
is this
like
game
Donkey
shelf? I
Kong
like that
Country,
game shelf. Man, that would be
Donkey Kong
sick
Country
to have
2,
that.
Diddy's Conquest, and Killer Instinct have amazed even the most critical gamers with incredible graphics and never, ever thought possible on a 16-bit system. But Nintendo did it! And with the new titles like Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Nintendo
Chrono Trigger.
delivers what players
Talk about
want,
Chrono
new
Trigger.
challenges, new themes,
It's
and new
1995.
characters, what fans expect from the definitive leader in video game entertainment. There's only room at the top for one, baby. The
This guy
Super
does a lot of
NES is
bits.
sold in a bunch of configurations. You can get the system or a system with a game, and the games will vary. Check your store to find out exactly which systems are selling.
Show
so
us
you
Gray
can make
Leno.
the right recommendations to customers. Oh, and by the way, when you sell any hardware system, sell them games too. Over 700 titles for the Super NES. Find out what they like and hook them up with some cool games. 2 words, people. Stocking stuffers.
Just know the entire library. All right? So make sure you know all of the games that have ever come out for the fucking Super Nintendo Entertainment System and then sell them. Come on, homeboy.
Hey, how do you like to experience three-dimensional video gameplay?
I really,
without
you don't
funky
need to.
glasses?
You really don't need to.
Immerse yourself in this.
Without funky glasses, then what the fuck is
Nintendo's
this thing? What are you talking about, man?
And only 3D stereo immersive 32-bit
It's a headache machine.
portable video game system around. It's so advanced that the 3D effect can't be seen on conventional TV or LCD screens, which means I can't show you the 3D effect here, but you can see it live. Check your store for a Virtual Boy display and read the instructions or see if they'll set one up for you.
Man,
now,
what a
like
nightmare.
other Nintendo hardware, Virtual Boy is a cartridge-based system, and it... Oh, box, please. It comes with Mario Tennis Game Pack. Sorry about that, Phil. Walk it off, pal. You'll be all right. But you can get other great games separately.
He's wacky.
Virtual Boy is also portable enough to run on batteries, so take it with you anywhere. And
No,
there's
we
an
don't.
optional
Imagine.
AC adapter
Imagine.
you can buy to plug it in. Customers may ask why Virtual Boy is recommended for children 7 and older. Some kids' eyes are not fully developed until they're about 7 years old.
Oh my God.
It came from the third dimension.
How
With
embarrassing.
Its own voice.
I remember this commercial.
Its own legs.
This most certainly did not make me want this console.
It needs your eyes.
I guess most people felt the same way.
In 3D.
To be fair, though, it is a pretty accurate representation of what it is like to be held hostage by a Virtual Boy. I didn't own one, but my friend and I were slightly like competitors in the games we owned. And when he got a Virtual Boy, he kind of rubbed it in like, look what I got that you don't have. And I played it one time and I was like, no, I'm good, really. I mean, it was a friendly competition. We were buddies. But man, after I played that games, I was done.
Let's talk portable power with Nintendo Game Boy, the only truly portable game system on the market today. Over 400 games are available, 50% of its players are adults, and it's already sold millions around the world.
And this is
It's
before
cartridge-based,
Pokemon.
Of course, it's from Nintendo. Runs for about 30 hours on one set of batteries and has stereo output for headphones. And you can link them together to play two-player simul games with a bud.
You're gonna need these.
Oh, yeah, I am gonna. Game Boy used to be sold in just one color gray, but no more. Ta-da!
It makes all the difference. Yeah, I didn't get one of these. I ended up getting the Game Boy Pocket, which was, the screen was a little bit better. It wasn't cabbage green, and it was a little slimmer, and that I liked.
Game Boy Play It Loud series. What color is yours?
Go Game Boy, go Game Boy, go! Even Nintendo commercials are cool. There are also different configurations or bundle packs where
It's
a game
so
is bundled in
mid-90s,
with the
holy
Game Boys
shit,
being
all
sold.
of it.
Check to see which type of Game Boys or bundle packs are being sold in your store so you can make the right recommendations to your customers. So what up with
I hear-
Nintendo that's so special? They're huge! They've got the largest game library of any video game system in the world, with over 1,300 games available for Nintendo systems and more being released every month. Nintendo's consumer product hotline gets over 160,000 calls a week. Nintendo's
Damn.
got 75 games that have gone platinum. That means over 1 million copies have been sold.
1 million sold.
Nintendo's #1.
Now, if you sell a
because
million,
of
you
the
just get your studio shut down.
games, bringing arcade quality right into the home. No one needs a new system, just great games like Killer Instinct, 32 megs of awesome power for the 16-bit Super NES.
Man, they are really hitting Killer Instinct hard today. It was good. I mean, I was more into Mortal Kombat at the time. I didn't have Street Fighter. I didn't have this. But I did rent the N64 version, and I liked it.
Cut down to size.
But yeah, they really,
Only on the Super NES.
they were really using this to sell
Music CD.
games.
So who needs a new system?
Look at these characters. That's reality, man. Killer Instinct sold over
Reality, man.
100,000 pieces
What
the
do you
very
mean
first
reality?
Okay. Both Donkey Kong Country, last year's biggest hit, and Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest, soon to be this year's biggest hit, have superior 3D graphics and unbelievable photorealism. All rendered on advanced
Photorealism, and then
SPI
it's just a
computers,
monkey
the same computers used
with a
to create
hat.
the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park and the awesome morphing effects in Terminator 2. Donkey Kong Country
Wow.
2, Diddy's Conquest picks up right where DKC1 left off, but with new challenges, levels, and characters, like Dixie Kong and her wild ponytail. ACM technology delivers big with stellar graphics.
It looks
of this
great for its
32-meg
time.
game
It still looks
for
pretty
one or
good.
two players. Yoshi is the focus of this
But this looks
all-new
better.
16-meg game, Super Mario World
the art
2,
style,
Yoshi's
man.
Island. 4 years in the making, and it's non-stop action through more than 60 wild levels. It's the biggest Mario adventure ever, with 3D FX scaling and rotation and battery backup.
It's
to
also
save where
kind
you're
of
at.
weird that they
Remember,
called this Super
you've got a
Mario
tape
World
about
2.
this game
I mean,
in
I
the
know
box.
why they
Don't
did it. It made
forget to
sense.
watch it.
They didn't trust Yoshi enough.
Gotta see this. Virtual Boy. So you can't see, you're watching on TV. What you're seeing can no way match the 3D intense reality and depth. And because TV is only 2-dimensional and this is 3-dimensional. The real thing has to be
Oh,
seen
no.
to be believed. Mario
No.
Clash, a 3D adventure
boy.
which puts Mario to the test through a towering maze of enemies. In Wario Land,
way
you
too
team up
early
with a
for this.
devious Wario in a virtual underground world.
This is a great game.
Sports fans,
The Wario
grab
game is
your 3D
awesome.
golf clubs and tee off for 18 holes
Just
of
don't play it in an
realistic
actual
3D
Virtual
links.
Boy.
Boy, Panic Bomber for puzzle fans. There's bombs in it. There's even space action as you pilot a futuristic starfighter in Vertical Force or your 3D space cruiser in Red Alarm. There's other great Virtual Boy games too, like Teleroboxer and Galactic Pinball.
I mean, I've
They're all
played
great
most of
gift
these
items.
games a little
And
bit
for your
on
Game
the
Boy
stream,
and Super Game
and
Boy, there are always great games.
they're decent
Killer
games,
Instinct,
but
Smash
man,
Arcade and Super
ugh,
NES hit is now
Red.
on your Game Boy and Super Game Boy, and the action is killer. Featuring 10 great fighters with incredible special and combo moves.
Wait, I
Haven't had
didn't even know
enough?
they did Killer Instinct
Good,
on the Game Boy.
because
Shit.
Those classic arcade games are back. That's right, the same games that used to copy your quarters in the arcades. And each game pack has 2 games in it. Asteroids Missile Command, Galaga Galaxian, Centipede Millipede, and Defender Joust, the classic series. Then there's exciting casino action with Vegas stakes for Game Boy and
Oh,
Super
thank
Game
God.
Brace yourself.
Is he going to go into the TV?
It's Super Game Boy from Nintendo.
Oh, no.
Play your
This is
Game
like a
Boy
mini-
games on the Super
Oh, it is.
NES
No, it's
in
not.
living
Aw.
color. Even choose your own color combinations. Play all 350 Game Boy games. How does that strike you? Super Game Boy
It was
for the
cool.
Super NES.
But yeah, this is like a mini
Game Boy
commercial
games
chaos,
in
chat.
color, intense.
That was Hank Azaria? That was Chalmers' voice? No
You
shit.
don't need to buy another system. Just great games, and Nintendo's got them. I don't got them.
And they got rock and roll.
I
Through a
got 'em.
fuzz pedal.
The competition doesn't have anything like Donkey Kong Country 1, Donkey Kong Country 2, Killer Instinct, Yoshi's Island. Nintendo's way ahead.
Chrono Trigger.
But some customers may insist
95,
on getting the newest
dude.
system or the one with the highest horsepower. And all they really need is the Super NES. If they insist, tell them to wait. Here's why. The Super NES is a 16-bit computer, and you've seen what it can do, right, Phil? But Nintendo is making a 64-bit system called Nintendo Ultra 64. Right, Phil?
Tell him to
It's
wait.
gonna have real-time 3D graphics, 24-bit color, high-resolution video, and CD quality audio, real-time 3D texture mapping for super realistic images, and resolution that'll exceed NTSC and PAL television standards.
Chat, I'm
And
getting
it's all
really
gotta
hyped
be
for this
developed
console.
into a home system coming out in April of 1996. Why? Because Nintendo is
Wasn't
leading the way
April.
into the future.
Was not April.
With all the great new Super NES titles and computer-rendered mind-blowers like DK Country 1 and 2, Killer Instinct, there's never been a better time to own a Super NES. Nintendo 16-bit is still the best way for your customers to go.
Chat, I don't know. I like that Ultra
everyone
console
knows the
because, like,
world isn't
it's
perfect,
Ultra's
things
better
do
than
break down.
Super.
So, there's Nintendo Power Swap, and customers
Chat, what could you do after Ultra? Ultra. If you did Super and then you actually did Ultra, what would you do after that? Giga? Mega? Omega 64. Omega Nintendo 128. Sigma. Fuck. Man, they could have had this name scheme all figured out for years. Instead, they were like, we shall name our systems a V. Uh-huh.
think it's great. You got a broken gamer system, you swap it for a good one. What could be be easier than that. They want details? Tell them to call 1-800-255-3700. That number again, 1-800-255-3700. It's in the manual. Now, come on, let's tour. This is a Super NES interactive display system. You may have one in your store. Now, use this to show off some of the games we've talked about, like Yoshi's Island. Here's a Virtual Boy interactive display. Read the instructions on the side and know how to use it.
Or just throw it in the fucking river.
Here's a display for playing Game Boy titles.
I remember seeing this Game Boy display. I loved this Game Boy display.
This is a Nintendo
I
Power
wanted the
Preview
big Game
display
Boy.
that shows clips of games and systems, kind of
This
like
was
a
cool, too.
jukebox. Now, get to know which interactives your store has and set up next to it. If your store doesn't have an interactive display, or if the display you have doesn't operate properly, just call 1-800-875-1852.
I should call and
they
get
will
one.
Take care of you.
I want one. I got a store.
Okay, now listen. Here comes the tricky part. You're wearing your stuff and you're at your station, right?
I got a
Ready to
store,
reach out and
Luigi.
make a difference, and someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, what makes Nintendo better than the other guys?" And of course, you'll scream, "It's the games!" Get what I'm saying? Get them to play the games. Ask them what kind of games they like. Do they like sports,
Holy
adventure,
shit,
are they
this
beginner or
tape.
advanced? Do they have family or friends they intend to play with? What kind of games might they like? And heck, and you play
He's right, you know.
And show them what you like about them, and show them the magazines. Use the displays. They're fun. You learn they like. They buy. They're happy for the rest of their lives. When they want to know
Wow.
about the competition, smile. You're
Why didn't
cool.
this
You say,
guy
"Hey,
become the
let me
president
show
of
you why
Nintendo
Nintendo's
of
better."
America?
Sure, you might hear some criticisms like Nintendo doesn't have CD-ROM or this other system has more horsepower. Forget about it. There isn't a CD-ROM on the
Hey,
planet that's
hey,
gonna
as a
give
New
you
Yorker,
Donkey
I don't
Kong Country
appreciate
2
you saying that.
Instinct, and CD-ROM is slow. One more time now. Nintendo cartridge-based, high-resolution, computer-rendered games fast. CD-ROM access time.
Oh boy. Oh, how embarrassing for him to say this. Oh, considering what happened with Sony and the PlayStation and Square. Ooh.
And here's another little handy tidbit.
He's right, you know. However, it didn't work out so great for them. The hubris.
Nintendo saves you cha-ching money. Just remember this formula now. Nintendo
wrong with your
cartridge-based
face?
games plus the Super NES equals all you need. There's no extra stuff to buy. Nintendo leads the pack. Makeup's tomorrow, right?
Right, but we can never be too careful.
Not even that person's voice. There's like
Let's review,
a
shall
fucking
we? Now,
voiceover.
Your two main objectives with customers are, number one, Phil.
Ask questions?
Very good, Phil. Get this man a prize. Ask questions to determine customers' needs or qualify the customer. And the second objective is, Phil.
Ask questions?
And thanks for playing. You've already asked the questions, Phil, so now sell the customer by making a
Crazy
product
that this was like
recommendation.
30 years
Here are some
ago.
examples.
My God.
Welcome to Nintendo Theater. You know, I didn't think this far ahead, and I'm by myself. I kind of need
Wait,
some
what was the
help.
Nintendo Theater thing?
Lady, come here. Please.
Abandoned bit.
Please, come here. Could you help me out, please? Please, could you help?
Well, what do you need?
Well, okay, Phil and I are kind of rehearsing this thing we're doing tomorrow, and I need to know right off the bat, can you read?
Well, of course I can read.
Well, good. Listen, you're going to be reading the part of customer or cust.
Okay.
Really, yeah. And I just need you to stand right here.
Right here?
Yeah, right here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as
Hi.
you stay over this way.
Are you a Nintendo player?
Well, sort of. My friend has a Super NES, and it's really cool. But another friend has PlayStation, and it looks
boy.
good too. It's hard to know what to get.
Well, the Super NES is by far the way to go because of the great games. PlayStation won't ever have Killer Instinct or Yoshi's Island or Donkey Kong Country 2 for the Super NES. Have you seen these?
Same 4 games. We just keep listing the same 4 games. And like this tape is again for like retailers. And it's like listen, here's what you have to tell your customers, otherwise Nintendo kills you.
Games?
Well, I played Donkey Kong Country, and I definitely like it.
Then I would definitely suggest you get the Donkey Kong Country set. It's a Super NES system with the game pack included. Cheaper than buying them separately, and Nintendo also just released Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest, with a bunch of new challenges and characters.
Well, sounds pretty good, but maybe I'll hold off on the Donkey Kong Country 2 for now, since I have Donkey Kong Country with the system.
Okay, then. What I suggest is getting Super Mario Land 2, Yoshi's Island. It's a great new game, and it's a good change of pace from Donkey Kong Country.
You're right.
Oh, God.
I should pick that one up as well.
He said the wrong
Follow me,
title
right
too.
over
It's not land, buddy.
Hey, a Seattle Mariners fan.
Yeah,
Fake fan.
Yeah, big fan.
So
How
let me
dare
guess,
you.
you're here for Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball for the Super NES.
I already got it. It's great. Actually, I'm here to buy a gift for my brother.
Okay, so I take it he's a video game fan.
Oh, he's really into video games.
Well, what kind of system does he have now?
Well, he's got a Sega and a Super Nintendo system.
Wow, sounds like he really is into video games.
Most real
Oh, yeah.
conversation.
If it's cool technology, he wants it.
All right, now, have you seen the Virtual Boy system? Because this is going to blow you away.
I saw it on TV.
Ah, man, you can't see this on TV in 3D. Go ahead and check it out.
This
Now,
did not
Nintendo
work.
is the first again to release breakthrough technology, the first 3D immersive video game system ever.
Yeah, no one was doing this probably.
That's
It's like
cool.
It really isn't.
they were just like,
3D.
yeah,
You bet
check it
is.
out
It's
if you want.
cartridge
Go look
based
at
like
it.
other Nintendo systems. There's a bunch of cool games for it. Now, that one's called Red Alarm. The system comes
Yeah, the Virtual Boy, that's in the corner of the store where we keep the trash. You could look at it if you want.
with Mario's tennis game included. Do you think you want to get one of these for your brother?
Well, it's definitely high tech, but I'm not sure. I mean, he's got 2 systems already, although this 3D really is incredible.
It really is. Now, the other great thing about Virtual Boy is that it's portable. Your brother could take it
It's
with him.
Not that
You mean
portable.
he can move around with it?
Yeah, he can take it anywhere he goes because it doesn't need a TV and it can run on batteries.
Wow, but can he plug it in if he wants to?
Sure, there's an adapter sold for it, and we have plenty in stock. How about a Virtual Boy and an adapter for your brother?
Sounds good to me.
You were playing Red Alarm. That's pretty cool, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's great.
I say you get it for his stocking, all right? And then you can go to his place and play it.
I like that
Yeah,
idea.
come
Sell,
on, I'll hook
sell,
you up.
sell.
Follow me.
All right.
Hey. Hi, can I help you find something?
Yeah, I'm looking for something for my husband. He's a Nintendo nut.
Okay, what kind of system does he have now?
A Super Nintendo.
So you're looking for new games for him, or?
You want an
Well,
Ultra
actually, I
64,
heard
so
the
just
portable
hold up
system
for a
in the
while.
Game Gear I saw was too big.
Well, that's not Nintendo. That's Sega's portable unit. The Nintendo portable unit is much smaller. It's called Game Boy. Check it out. It's the only truly portable game system on the market today. Now, we still have a few left. It comes with Tetris. What other kind of games does he like?
Well, he likes everything. He's been playing since he was a kid.
Really? So I bet he used to spend a lot of time in the arcades.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
Well, this is one of the classic packs for Game Boy. This is Asteroids Missile Command. Now,
Wow.
each classic pack comes with 2 games on it.
He loves his
Asteroids
Oh,
and
they make great
Missile
stocking
Command.
stuffers. Now, there's other classic packs, too, like Defender Joust, and there's Centipede Millipede, and there's Galaga Galaxian.
Well, great. Why don't I take Asteroids, Missile Command, and Defender Joust?
You bet. They're right over here. Now, you said he already has a Super NES. You know, with the Super Game Boy accessory, he can play his new Game Boy games through his Super NES on TV in color.
Wow, that sounds like something he'd want. Okay, might as well get Super Game Boy, too.
Great. Right this way. Hi, happy holidays.
Hi, I'm looking for a gift for my son who's 8, but I need to know a little bit more about the games before I buy one.
Sure, what kind of system do you have?
We have a Super NES, but I won't let him play anything violent.
I understand perfectly. What you need to look at is Super Mario Land 2 Yoshi's Island.
Well, that looks like the right
Take a
kind
look
of
at the
game.
Nintendo
Certainly is.
Power
You know,
magazine.
There's also Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Kong Quest.
You will enjoy it.
Well, he already has Donkey Kong.
This console has
I
4
love the
games.
sequel, because it's the same great graphics and computer
Oh,
rendering
oops.
that made the first one so very famous.
We have been wondering about updating his system to something with more bits or something. We've heard some things about the new system.
Well, you know, if you have a Super NES and you have everything you need, I wouldn't even worry about what the competitors are saying about CD-ROM, more bits, all that stuff. Did your son love DK Country?
Oh, yeah, he was glued to it.
Aren't the graphics just amazing?
They're the best we've seen.
And then who
Wow.
needs another system? You just keep buying those Nintendo games because the games are what makes us #1.
Well, thanks. You've been very helpful, and so have the magazines.
This guy would like
Have you ever
freak
thought
me
of a
out if I
subscription
went
for
to a
your son?
store and he
I
was
can give you a
trying to
toll-free
persuade
number.
me
It's right
like
here.
this heavily.
1-800-255-3700.
Oh, thank you very much.
Happy to help. Now, did you decide on what you wanted to get today? Maybe Yoshi's Island, DK Country 2. Would you like to get maybe those today?
Sure.
Come on, right over here.
How about Super Mario Land 2, Yoshi's Island?
We looking okay here for tomorrow there?
Yeah, that's good, Josh.
Get that product.
Good. Now, as an added incentive during this program, Nintendo has a mystery shopper visiting various stores throughout the season. And yes,
Uh-oh.
they may come to your store. Now, they're instructed not to identify themselves as the mystery shopper
Wait, they
until
really
after
did this?
they're in the store for a while. So, treat all your customers as if they're the mystery shopper by offering positive and accurate information on the Nintendo products that you're selling.
This is why
Remember to
Sony
always
won.
ask them questions to help figure out their specific Nintendo product needs. Remember, qualifying.
They still do
They'll
this.
make positive
Oh,
recommendations
shit.
as to the Nintendo products that'll best suit their needs, i.e. selling. The cool thing is now, if you do your job and give
I wonder
all the
if
proper
Sony does this
information,
too.
at some point the mystery shopper will identify themselves, and they, along with the manager of your store, have the authority to award you with a totally cool Nintendo promotional gift.
Oh,
So,
okay. They
make
reward you as okay. I thought they punished you. It's like if you don't sell product, we hit you in the head with a metal pipe. They punish you too? Oh. Well, I was hoping they would give me Super Mario Land 2 Diddy's Conquests. That would be really sweet.
Sure to point out the new Super NES games like Donkey Kong Country 2, Yoshi's Island, and Killer Instinct. Tell them about how cool 3D Virtual Boy is and how great Super Game Boy is as a stocking stuffer. That's a big stocking. Now, we expect this holiday season to be a busy time, so you may run out of some supplies here or there. If you do and need to reorder anything, just refer to your manual and call the number for help. Now, don't call 911, call 1-800-875-1852.
Did you say call
That number
911?
Again, it's 1-800-875-1852. Now, to save time, make sure you have the reference supply sheet filled out in advance so it'll be easy to remember.
Hello,
Tell the operator
911.
what
Do
need,
you
and
have
it'll be
Super
shipped to
Mario
you
Land 2?
Pronto, gotta go. Now, the holidays are over, Santa Claus is back at the North Pole, all the Nintendo games are sold out, then everybody's happy. Your job is done. Here's what you do. Do the evaluation form and leave it, along with these other things, with your store manager.
This
You're
guy's
gonna
energy
need
is
to leave
exhausting me a little
the white
bit.
and yellow copies of your hourly time forms, the training manual with the videotape, the demonstration station, the time available counter card, 3 magazines, and any extra brochures you might have. All the other things you keep. The pink copy of your timesheet forms, your vest, hat, buttons, and pins. Anything you don't want, though, please be sure to destroy.
Destroy.
That's about it. Now just remember, beep, 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 beep. This holiday season, you represent a quality, high-end.
There's
much
no
in
way
demand
I would be
product line that's
destroying
gonna be
shit.
Fun and rewarding. The games are excellent gifts because they're so popular. The company is popular, and hey, psst, just remember, if you follow these steps we outlined for you here today, you should be very popular too.
Hey, Josh, great job, man.
Thanks,
great
Mr.
job.
Moore. You know, we're pretty excited about the way things went today rehearsal. We're looking forward to tomorrow, aren't we, Phil?
Tomorrow? That's really funny tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Yeah, but wait, the shoot's tomorrow, right?
Josh, baby, you were great. You were excellent. That's it. We're done. It's a wrap.
But, my rags, it's...
What? You mean like a suit and tie? No, that's not what we're all about. We're Nintendo. We're about having fun. You had that
We're
excitement, that energy that the products gave you, and that's exactly what
We're about
the product
selling products
demonstrators are
and
gonna
punishing
convey to all
those that don't do a
consumers
good
out there.
job.
Fun. It's all about fun.
Yeah.
So that's it?
That's it.
That's
a
it.
wrap. Why don't you have your people call my people? That's it, guys. We're done. It's a wrap.
That's it. Happy holidays, everybody. And remember, Nintendo game products speak for themselves. Show them off, sell them like crazy, and have fun. I'm gonna go play some Killer Instinct, or maybe some Donkey Kong Country 2, some Virtual Boy.
Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's Island, who knows?
I know they're hitting these games really hard for sales, but man, there were other great games that came out in 1995. I can think of one right now. Anyway, that's the tape. That's that first one. I'll say this: the guy is good at what he does. Being a 90s man and selling Nintendo product to retailers. Like, I would imagine that's not an easy thing to do with that much energy. And, clearly this dude's been in other promotional tapes, so they liked him. Nintendo was like, yeah, Josh, listen, you got to do our stuff because you got the juice. You can sell the product. You can move the product. And he probably did. So before we move on to more promotional stuff, something that was dug up and sent my way was this. It was some tape from 1986. And it's 30 minutes, so I don't think we're going to watch this whole thing because it's in Japanese. but I kind of want to take a look at a little bit of it and try to figure out what it is. Let's find out what it is together, chat. Maybe we can figure out. Super Mario desu ne. There he is! Holy shit! This is real! Wow. Those seem like unfortunate hands for a controller.
何を隠そう。私がマリオです。トライしてもトライしても負け続ける辛い日々。しかし、それも今日で終わりだ。私は生まれ変わったのだ。
His head is so much bigger than his body. I guess this is trying to sell Super Famicoms and Marios. Or regular Famicoms, sorry. Why is this hat very non-standard and weird? That's not the usual Mario hat, chat. That is some... I don't know, it seems like an off-brand, like, bootleg.
ファイヤーフラワーを取ればファイヤーマリオに変身だ。D ボタンでファイヤーボールを投げれば敵をどんどんやっつけられるぞ。
I'm gonna skip around, but it looks like it's just explaining like every aspect of the game, and maybe even is something of a guide. I don't know if this was for retailers. Just going through the game. Chat, it's the world's first Let's Play. It's a speed run. It's an early speed run. Okay, it's not really much of a speed run. I think it's for retailers. It talks about how the Famicom fans love it, and look at all the cool things you can do in this game. Well, it's like a no commentary speedrun from someone that worked at Nintendo. And then Mario pretends to play it with his big Yowie hands. Huh. This isn't a very fast speedrun.
敵が多いエリアだった。次は8ワールド3エリア。ここではハンマーブロスがとにかく邪魔をする。
I mean, at this point, chat, we're just watching someone play Mario, so I'm gonna skip.
スーパーマリオの時、通れないような狭い道があっても B ボタンでダッシュしながら壁の直前でしゃがめばそのままスッと抜けられる。1ワールド簡単な。
Okay, yeah, it's like going in depth about the secrets and like the various tips and tricks and things you can do. Maybe so if you work at a store, you can help customers and be like, oh yeah, I know where the secret one-up is. Let me tell you.
スーパーマリオが点滅をしたままキノピオにあって次の4ワールド1エリアへ。ここでスーパーキノコを取ると、あれ、なぜかチビの2ワールドでは。
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, hang on. Super Moria?
つまり本物のクッパは8ワールドだけにしかいないんだ。
There are glitches in here, yeah. Why are they recording glitches? Like for their tape? Moria is an area in Japan. Oh.
理解できたかな？ 君たちもこれらのテクニックをぜひ自分のものとしてくれたまえ。じゃあまたさようなら。
I get it. This is why. Because it's funny. It's got lyrics, chat. It's kind of an awkward melody to sing words over, isn't it? I mean, she's doing a great job. Do you think Koji Kondo approved this? I think so. Someone just said this is Koji Kondo singing. He has the voice of an angel. Of a princess, even. Peachy. That fucking costume. The proportions are so weird. But I mean, if this is 1986, then, you know, they're still figuring out who Mario is. Like, Mario didn't even know who he was. He had to do a lot of soul searching. At one point, like, he got kind of depressed and went into a dream state, like a fugue state, like, fought a toad named Wart. But then he emerged on the other side and found out he was a raccoon. So... yeah, and then eventually a cat. And then he became a doctor and a golfer. Played basketball for a while. A soldier in Nam? I don't know if that happened. It's a Game & Watch. Look it up. Oh, God. It's kind of cool to hear this music not in the game's like sound font, you know, like on the NES, to see what they did with it. And, you know, way back in 86 too. Someone just said spoilers for the end of the game. I can't believe it. The synths sound pretty good. The song has an official release on a Mario & Zelda Big Band live CD. I still have it, and it's fucking fantastic. Interesting. I probably heard it at some point in the past. Little snippet, perhaps. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's... I still don't fully know what we just watched, but... So this is CES video from 1994. King of the Jungle. I wonder if it's going to be Josh again.
Check it out. Game Boy Classics on TV and in color. Now that's some wild jungle magic.
What?
With the power of Super Game Boy, players can work their own magic, turning any Game Boy game into a whole new game experience. Players will be jamming to the big screen action.
To be fair, Super Game Boy was kind of amazing.
Their own borders. Plus, Super Game Boy gives you stereo sound. So
I borrowed
turn
it.
up.
I didn't actually own it, but I borrowed it. And I didn't want to give it back because it made playing the game so much better.
Nintendo is turning up the volume
Because the games look better than the shitty cabbage green screen.
Why, it's a massive marketing monsoon that's already begun and will be picking up power now through Christmas, raining Super Game Boy sorcery on kids, teens, and families. Check out the magic in this Super Game Boy TV ad.
It's
We saw this one.
new Super Game Boy from Nintendo. Play your
They just
Game Boy
reused this in the
games
video
on
from the
TV
year
in
after.
living color. Combinations you choose, control, and change. All 350 Game Boy games like new Donkey Kong. New Super Game Boy for SNES. It's a whole new way to play.
It's a good commercial, kinda. For for its time. I think it does what it has to
17
do.
million for Game Boy and 15 million for Super NES, with 7 million players owning both. This product has giant potential. Players will go wild rediscovering their collection of handheld games, and that's just the beginning. Super Game Boy has the power to do more. Developers are already going cocoa nuts with creativity, designing new games with Super Game Boy magic in mind. 35 spell-weaving licensee games have already been announced for Game Boy in the second half of 1994, including 23, which
Oh,
will be
man,
specially
Beethoven?
designed to
They
take
got the
full
dog
advantage
game?
of the advanced Super Game Boy technology.
Chat, they're
And
just looping the
Nintendo
titles.
has
I saw
already
several
created the
names
first game
several
to
times.
maximize this magic. It's none other than the master of the jungle himself, Donkey Kong for Game Boy.
I figured this was going to be some kind of like
Play 'em on your Game Boy while you're cruising the streets, and then play 'em
Donkey Kong,
bigger
'cause it's like
and in
jungle.
color when you get
It's
home
jungle
using
themed.
Super Game Boy. It's got custom borders that automatically switch to match game scenes, and specially composed music and sound effects that make use of the Super NES sound processor. Plus 100 levels of screaming jungle action
Mental.
and untamed puzzle challenges. This game is hot.
It's a really good game,
And
actually.
Nintendo is
Blew me
raising
away
the
when I
temperature
played it.
with an additional $2
And again, didn't own it,
in
borrowed it,
Donkey
gave it
Kong
back.
advertising, beginning with this TV ad that's sure to rattle some cages.
All right, son, point out the animal that did this to you.
It's a very Pesci-esque actor.
The beast is back, now with 100 levels of pain. Donkey Kong, new for Game Boy.
Donkey Kong has brought the fever back, and
They had to
Super
kill a
Game
guy to
Boy
film
has
that commercial. It was alright, though.
And
He
that's
wanted.
just the first
Okay,
of
we're
a whole
looping
new
games again.
generation of Jungle Juice games designed for Super Game Boy. These new games, plus
I feel like I'm
more
being
than
brainwashed.
350
Shit, I should get a Game Boy.
titles will bring millions of players to the Super NES system. It's new and it's classic. Super Game Boy is a breakthrough crossover wizard who promises to keep Nintendo and you at the top of the video game food chain.
Oh, okay. Show me those titles again. What games you got coming out for this thing? I was hoping this one would be hosted by some wacky character, but it looks like it's just going to be voiceover.
When I got the call from Nintendo, I knew this wasn't going to be any ordinary safari. They said the risks were great, but the rewards were unlimited. So I said, sure, why not? And we set off, in search of incredibly big game for players everywhere. After a long trek and a fast chase that nearly wiped us out, we finally tracked down the elusive and long-awaited Primo racing game.
Primo.
That's right, Stunt Race FX is in the bag. Has it been worth the wait? Just look for yourself. Since we last spotted this game, it's added more cars, more track, more crashing, more variety, and more play value.
It looks very playable.
Following up on the sensational success of Star
I have played
Fox,
this.
Nintendo now introduces the second generation FX chip.
Yeah.
It runs at twice the speed and allows for two-player simultaneous play.
Oof.
like Super Mario Kart, plus more amazing 3D animation.
Well, you know, they tried. For its time, it was all right.
Vehicles to choose from, and each has its own unique behavior and handling characteristics. Cars bend and stretch and seem to come alive. As
This didn't quite hit the same way Star Fox did, but I remember playing it on stream and thinking it was cool.
3 different views and 24 raucous tracks make Stunt Race FX the most sophisticated and challenging race game alive. It's sure to leave Virtua Racing in the dust.
Oh, I don't know about that, but yeah, it's okay.
Week 2 of the expedition.
I mean, you don't have to buy a new system to get it.
For classic puzzle lovers. Tetris 2 for the first time on Super NES. The lush, vibrant color of the rainforest was the perfect camouflage for the newly enhanced super vivid graphics and rich sound of this
Oh God, look at these shapes. These are not tetrominos. They're awful.
With new, colorful environments, strategic explosions, and reward cartoons between levels. Puzzle fans of all ages will go bananas over this advanced sequel to an old favorite. Our journey continues.
Tetris 2. Get out of here.
Game. Like
they probably should have just called it something
of
different.
A mysterious place that would reveal the secrets of time and the true nature of fantasy. At first, I thought I was dreaming. Then I realized I was in the illusion of Gaia. It's awesome adventure, swashbuckling action, intrigue, fantasy,
Is this any good?
challenge, talk to exotic characters, solve puzzles, and fight monsters. Travel with Will Power as he explores mythical and legendary sites around the globe, where he must uncover mystic icons.
People are
of a
saying
lost
it's
age.
good.
As Will's powers grow,
Yeah, I never played
he
this one.
learns to transform into freedom.
I've streamed the whole thing and told you to play it before. Oh, you did, Dave?
The adventure becomes even more spectacular when the flow of time weaves a future and a past into this far-reaching story, mixing with
Man, I should have rented this and not Zool like 3 times. Or Cool Spot 7-Up game.
3 battery-backed memory slots, so 3 different players can save their adventures. If you
Or
enjoy
Lagoon,
the
which was way
challenges of the
worse. Oh my
Zelda
God.
series, you'll really be dazzled by this jewel of a game. The trek went on. Deep in the unexplored
This is a fun
interior of the
presentation.
video game jungle, able to live in the habitat of NES and Super NES, we came upon Wario's Woods, an entirely new species of game. It's half action, half puzzle, and it's totally
Very, very
wild.
late NES game.
Watch out, it's dangerous too. As the well-known villain Wario
Last
drops
NES game by
monsters of
Nintendo.
bombs from the top of the screen.
It's a good game.
An old friend of Mario's, Toad,
And it gets
now
fucking
takes
tough.
a starring role as he works to clear the screen.
And you get to play as Toad.
Wario's Woods is a captivating puzzle game that keeps getting harder as you move through 100 levels of challenge. The real fun is going head-to-head against your friend in simultaneous play. Lower the ceiling on your opponent and squash him like a tarantula. This action puzzle game is
Squash him
breed
like a
that's never been played
tarantula,
before,
okay.
And Nintendo has it gauged. Week 4 of the expedition. We're really sick of the heat, the humidity, the mud. Not to mention those obnoxious hedgehogs. I'm getting pretty cranky.
Oh, you think that's a
Was
little
ready for a
shade?
fight. That's when we stumbled upon the next sport game sensation for Super NES. Super Punch-Out! Based on the winning arcade game of the same name. Boxing fans will remember Punch-Out from the NES version. But now,
Wasn't there
Super
Mike
NES
Tyson in
offers
that? Oh, no, there
enormous
wasn't. Never
characters
mind.
That virtually
Just
fill the
Mr.
screen.
Dream.
You'll recognize some of your old favorite foes, plus play against outrageous new ones from all over the globe, each with unique moves,
Like Sephiroth
strategies,
and
wacky
Clown Man.
animations. This is not just a turbo button punch-out game. You need to be able to block and dodge and learn your opponent's moves. It's survival of the fittest in this hard-hitting sports action game.
That's a natural male physique that we should all
Boxing is all
strive
well
for.
and good around the
Hugh
safari
Jackman showed us
campsite.
just a couple
When
weeks
you're
ago.
being charged by a mean-looking rhino, you'd better be a pretty good aim with a gun. That's why I captured me a hot new target shooting game. Tin Star. I tell you, nothing against
don't know this
mangoes,
game.
but I'm beginning to yearn for the good old American
I thought he was going to say, I'm
wilderness.
beginning to urinate.
The wild, wild west. Tin Star is a robot sheriff who gets to shoot up the bandits. And players get to aim using any of the Nintendo accessories.
I mean, the visuals are pretty good.
Mouse, or best of all,
Vinny, pretty sure you've played this? I mean, maybe on a stream. No, if it's a Super Scope game, I haven't played it.
And great cartoon animations. Of course, sometimes
actually, maybe I did. I don't remember it.
Just
Shit.
ask any gazelle. Sometimes you got.
I had you play all of them, so then I guess I did, Dave. I just don't remember it.
I've got just one word: Uniracers. This game is uniquely fun to play. It's smooth, it's effortless, and it's screaming cheetah fast.
So I saw this
Its own
game,
personality, color, and
I was like,
moves. The
why
Silicon
unicycles?
graphics
It seems
technology
lame,
provides
and I just never
thousands of
fucking
fleeting
rented
frames
it
of
or bought it.
animation, so bikes can actually twist, turn, flip, and bounce. They seem to fly. Lots of levels and multiple
Seems
play modes means
kinda
a
cool.
huge amount of potential playing power and endless variety. So race like the wind. Split screen action allows for
I guess.
two-player simultaneous play. Plus, the game keeps track of both individual and group scores, promoting
Maybe if there was like
lasting
someone
interest and
on the
ongoing
unicycle,
rivalry.
like a clown, I would have rented it. But the unicycle's enough for it, enough charm.
Last day of Safari, I have to admit the guys at Nintendo were right. This has been an amazing
Or a hedgehog, someone
We've
just
captured
said.
the biggest of the big games, and they're soon to be unleashed on the civilized world. As we tied the cages into the truck, I said, the game-playing world will never be the same again. But the Nintendo guys said, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Wow. And then they punched a dude in the face. And then Belloc stole their Nintendo. And then they drank with Marion Ravenwood. He's coming. I thought he's got $10 million. Chad, he's so cool. Look how cool he is. Oh man, they had real footage and now this. I can't tell the difference. He's so cute. Donkey Kong is so cute. What was that? What did that say? About Sega Genesis? I missed it. I looked at chat for a second. The same ones that... the CGI supercomputers, right. They were pretty proud of that Jurassic Park connection. I mean, this was on, like, the forefront of technology, so... Even if it is just sprites. Sprites in a big-ass cartridge and very clever programming. N64 bragged about using the Toy Story computers. Yeah. You know, whatever gets your rocks off, I guess. Someone said it still looks great. I think it does too, actually. I think there's just enough stylization here that when the dude was talking about this being like photorealistic graphics, I was like, no. No. What are you talking about? But it does hold up. I think it's a good game with good gameplay, good levels. And I think the visuals are still nice, and the music is phenomenal. I think Donkey Kong Country is a classic for a good reason. And it did make me feel like I got some sneak preview of like new technology when it came out. Because I didn't have a computer in '94. I didn't have a PlayStation, obviously. That's '95.
It's beefier graphics, it's bigger sound, it's one or two players. You'll get old.
Old. It's me right now, crumbling to dust as I watch these fucking videos.
On Super NES.
Let's see. You were doing 100.
Game makes you old. Buy it.
sideswiped 3 cars.
I believe this bumper belongs to you.
Destruction.
Carnage.
Oh, and you didn't use your turn signal, son. I'm gonna have to write you up for that last one.
Those camera angles.
Super FX
90s camera angles.
Visual weirdnicity only on the Super NES.
I think it's every parent's dream, maybe, to have a doctor in the family.
Oh, we've seen this. You saw Bart? I saw Metroid. I saw Bart. Mega Man. Yeah, this commercial is fucking funny to me. Like, grown-ups just don't get it. You know what I mean? You know, if you want to be really cool, you gotta play Super Nintendo. Because, like, grown-ups don't get it. But, like, we did.
No running, no spitting, no loud music, no skateboarding, no shouting, no gum chewing. Keep off the grass. Do not feed the animals. Have
And
a nice day.
they went hard with this kind of commercial.
What you want to do? Mean time. That's a order thing. Oh no!
Oh man! It's funny because I laugh at this stuff, and yet I haven't progressed past the mid-90s myself. Did they bleep out a Nintendo commercial? What? Is that the Butthole Surfers? Is it? I don't know. I never knew what these motherfuckers looked like. Are they saying butt? Yeah, I saw Beavis and Butthead. It's appropriate. I've never seen these types of like retail tapes, so this is new to me to see what they were doing around this time.
The second half of 1994 begins with the promise of wonderful rewards, as the Nintendo marketing plan guides us to the riches that lie ahead. We hit the treasure trail with $50 million in second half TV advertising.
Oh God, we're gonna start
It
getting
all starts
figures
in
now.
June and extends through July with the glittering launch of Super Game Boy and Donkey Kong for Game Boy.
Chad, do you want to watch this?
Then Super Game Boy shines again in a November-December holiday campaign.
All right, it's only
Beginning in July
5
and
more
reaching into
minutes.
August, Stunt
May as
Race
well, right?
FX finds its fortune. Next, Nintendo's prize sport game, Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball, hits hard-selling home runs during the All-Stars break in July and again during the World Series in October. August and September reveals the sparkling new Tetris 2. And September and October add an extraordinary gem to the advertising treasure chest in a special print campaign for the The holiday gold rush begins with Uniracers, receiving a wealth of television support October through November.
A television support? Really?
As our journey nears the year end, new excitement and fabled fortune await us around every corner. In November, Super Punch-Out quickens our pulse, and December brings big surprises with Wario's Woods. But nothing can prepare us for our first glimpse of Donkey Kong Country. The campaign is unleashed in October and roars through December in the largest and most spectacular Nintendo crusade ever, paired with the simultaneous release of Donkey Kong Land for Game Boy, with its own outrageous campaign throughout the same holiday period. And if that's not enough to have players dancing in the streets, Nintendo's Wild New Image campaign shouts out, "Play it loud" every month. from July
Wild
through
new
December.
image campaign. It's just a guy
The power of
vomiting.
print continues to play a key role in Nintendo's media strategy throughout the second half. As always, Nintendo Power leads the way, combined with ongoing advertising support every month in all the leading gaming magazines. This, then, is the spectacular second half in both television and print. Altogether, it's over $50 million in nonstop media.
Wow.
Combine that with an additional $70 million in annual trade support programs, and we're blazing a trail straight to the top of market share mountain. From there,
Market
the next
share.
stop is
They're
the end of
really
the
sticking
rainbow
to that
for magical
theme.
merchandising that's just impossible to find anywhere else. and Nintendo will be back with the biggest and best demonstrator program ever in the second half of 1994. And finally, our expedition meets up with the hottest event marketing trek of all time, PowerFest 94.
Well, I want to go to PowerFest 94. Is Korn playing there?
As everyone competes for the ultimate title. It all culminates in the crowning of the video game world champion in November. It's jungle magic. It's amazing.
Man, I never knew about this stuff when I was a kid.
It's the rip-roaring second half of 1994. So get ready to play it loud, because this is the wild new future for you and for Nintendo. Now and always, King of the Jungle.
Wow. All right. Let's see. Maybe there's more stuff that's interesting here. Welcome to the world of Super Nintendo. I wonder what year this is. Does it say 1983?
Welcome to Nintendo of America.
I guess we're doing reverse chronicle order by accident.
Yeah, and all that. D-U-L-L. Boring, man.
They're still playing the rock and roll, chat. The alternative rock and roll. Whoa, dude turned into a lizard. Whoa!
Hey, welcome to the Nintendo team and the 1993 holiday demonstration program. I'm Ben.
Like,
Nice
I
to
can't
meet
even like make
During
fun of
the
this guy
holidays-
because I kind of just dress like him and look very similar.
Season, you and your store will be representing the largest
30 years too
manufacturer of
late.
video games in the world. You know, Nintendo. And during this thing here with me, you'll see why 70 million other game player dudes across the world are Nintendo nutso. It's radical fun, man.
Wait. Wait a minute. Radical dudes are Nintendo nutso. I need to hear that again.
70 million other game player dudes across the world are Nintendo nutso. It's radical fun, man.
Oh.
First, a history lesson.
And now, the condensed version of the history of Nintendo.
I could just go in front of a green screen right now and it would look the same as this.
Manufacture Hanafuda, or playing cards that are still produced today. 1959, Nintendo enters first licensing agreement with Walt Disney, producing Mickey Mouse playing cards.
Mickey Mouse playing card, huh?
1981, Donkey Kong hits the arcades. 1985, the Nintendo Entertainment System is introduced in the United States. 1987, Legend of Zelda becomes a legendary success. 1988, the very first issue of Nintendo Power Magazine is published. 1989, Game Boy is introduced, featuring the super puzzle game Tetris.
Someone said what happened in 1941?
Nintendo launches the Super NES 16-bit system.
Odd looking duck.
1992, Mario Paint and the Super NES Super Scope are introduced. 1993, Super FX chip technology arrives. Nintendo once again leading the way into the future.
1991, Nirvana Nevermind was released, and now I'm dressing in
Very
flannel.
historical. Anyway, you've got 3 objectives. First, get each customer to buy the Nintendo system or accessories that no normal human could live without. You know, like help them make the right choice. Next, get the kids and the adults to get their hands on
Josh
the
was
cool
better at
demo
this.
units in your store. And third, answer all the questions the customer has about the competition. You know, technical stuff. Sounds like a lot, huh? Nah. Chill. We got it all worked out.
Chill.
We'll help you. I got the action on all the key areas, like how to set up your Mario display and use your brochures, and everything you ever wanted to know about Nintendo's awesome product line.
The audio
I'm also
video's
gonna
not
tell you
really
how to fill out the
synced.
paperwork. No. That's the good news. That's how to get some cash. You get to play games with the customers over the next month, and on top of it all, you even get a certificate of achievement. A really awesome piece of paper that tells everyone you represent a Nintendo, so you'll be like the envy of your entire neighborhood.
Wouldn't you want like a raise instead, or like a bonus? No, certificate. Yeah. All right, we'll just take that.
Cool, huh? Oh, okay. Let's get started. You should have a bunch of stuff that came into the store in a big white box.
Why is this
that
man
tape
crawling
came out
into the
of. It
box?
has
Is he
all your
Solid
supplies
Snake?
in it. Tell him what to look for, Ed. That's the stuffy announcer type dude.
Thanks, Ben. A stand-up Mario standee display demonstration station with a checklist to match up to the contents. 100 of the following brochures for handouts to interested customers. The product line brochure covering Super NES, Game Boy, and the original NES.
His voice
the
is
Super
so
NES brochure.
like
Sports
of its time.
pages for customers interested in sports games.
I feel like there's like
300 game
30
tip
guys
sheets.
that sounded like this.
A training binder with 5 laminated sheets in the back details all the key features and benefits of Nintendo's products. Make sure to read the binder after watching this video. There is also a Game Pack directory noting game release dates
Nickelodeon
and
announcer
other
for
cool
prizes.
info.
Oh.
Review
Hey.
these sheets. They are handy reference tools. One-time available poster
I might
to
skip
be hung
through
in
a little
your
bit
store window
here and there,
where
chat.
You write in your schedule each workday. 2 of 4 different buttons to wear on your vest. 3 Nintendo Power Players guides for customer reference to
Well, they
attach
did that
to the stand-up
in
Mario
1995 as well.
demonstration station.
3
The Super
chained
Mario
Nintendo
All-Stars
Powers.
Players Guide, the Street Fighter II Turbo Players Guide, and the Mario Paint Players Guide. 1 small screwdriver to adjust displays if needed. 1 vest and hat to wear while working on this job.
Oh,
1 Nintendo
man,
keychain
that hat
with
is
2
so
keys
cool.
To open displays. 1 pocket information card to be carried for reference. 1 roll of Mario stickers for handouts to kids. A Super Mario All-Stars and NHL Stanley Cup Game Pack manual.
Again,
so you
I
can
do
show
wonder how much
customers
some of
how
this
to
shit
play
is
the
worth
games.
now.
And 1 of 5 different banners.
Freeze, Ed. You forgot to tell them what they get for free. Bono gifts, dudes.
That's right, man. Our lucky demonstrators will also get to keep 1 Mario thermal travel mug and a Mario Paint pen with flashlight keychain.
Well, thank God
Mario
for that.
Paint, the power to create. But that's not all. At the end of the program, they also receive the hat, the vest, the Nintendo keychain, the 2 buttons, and the stand-up Magician Mario display.
That's
All
crazy.
this courtesy of Nintendo, makers of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Super NES, the best play here. Now, back to you, Ben.
Thanks,
That's some
Mr.
good
Announcer,
Bono.
dude. Hey, here's a hot tip. When you go through the box of stuff, use a checkoff sheet in the setting up section of the binder to make it easy. You know, kind of like a shopping list. And hey, that's a lot of stuff. So if you're missing any of those supplies Ed went on and on about, check out the supply section of your training binder
background's
thing
not,
and
like,
dial the
horrendously
1-800 number to
obnoxious.
get what you need.
By any means.
Also, sometime around December 1st, you'll get a box delivered that looks just like this. It'll have additional brochures and stuff to hand out, and it will also contain 2 new handouts, a cool Mario Paint handout and gameplay guidelines brochure that is geared more towards parents. Tells about how Nintendo has reduced violence in its games and about the strict standards they have to keep games fun for the family. Once you get all this stuff
Boy,
set
that
up,
would change.
your store's Nintendo area will look at least as good as this. Excellent, huh? Extra materials go in the back of your stand-up displays. Give them to any interested customer who's like on the fence about buying the goods. Now, these contaminated.
That's laminated.
Cool. That's a director. These
Whoa.
laminated sheets and the player's guides and game pack manuals are for you to spew out great amounts of info on the Nintendo goods to the customers. to read
Spew
through.
out
Your
info.
store may have some of these decent interactive displays too that customers can play games on. If your store has one, get familiar with it and set up your Mario display stand next to it. There's a section in the manual called Displays that covers how to adjust the volume and change out game packs and stuff. That's what your keys are for. Make sure to read about the displays in your store, and if it's not working, call the number listed in that section and let them know. Now, while on the job, feel free to dress cash, but you also gotta be professional. You can wear like pants and a nice shirt or blouse for the females, and you know, shoes and stuff are required by law.
It's a weird way to say
You
that.
also gotta wear the vest and the hat, so everyone can see you and know you're the Nintendo answer dude.
Look how cool you
do
would
that.
be. The coolest
Hand in your
dude
pocket,
on your
Some
block.
of each of these brochures and tip sheets. You can wear both buttons. Cool. You're dressed, set up, ready to rock and roll. Time to party on, Wayne. First thing we gotta talk about is Nintendo's Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Mike Myers gonna sue.
Super NES. It's way cool, and it's the most awesome Nintendo system there is.
So,
You gotta
okay, we're
recommend
pushing
this
Mario
preeminently
All-Stars this time.
For anyone who wants killer graphics and an advanced system. Display? No comparison. Got over 32,000 colors. It can display all moving characters. Check it out. It has way higher resolution and Bono stereo sound. And according to one of those
Bono?
independent type,
Where was this? What is this
16-bit video
word?
game
I thought
comparison
it
study
was
things
bonus.
done by some dudes named Booz Allen Hamilton Inc. The Super NES has something called direct access memory time.
Bono.
Kind of like the time it takes to remember that Barney
We
was
should
in
bring that
Jurassic
back,
Park.
chat. We should start
Yeah,
using it.
real fast. Anyway, this memory is 88% faster than the competitors.
Actually, never
It
mind. I
also
don't want to
has
start
60%
invoking
more
you
moving
too.
objects on the screen at one time. Now that is way cool. So don't let anybody tell you Nintendo ain't best. You just show them the comparison chart you got in the back of that blue dilapidated and laminated sheet. It's also on the quick reference pocket info card. Now the Super NES comes in 2 different sets, the Super Set and the Control Set. The Super Set has it all. Check it out. 16-bit control deck, Super Mario World game pack, 2 high-tech controllers, and RF for the hookup to the TV. And until December 31st, customers can get the Super Mario All-Star games for free when they buy a Super Set. They just have to follow the details.
Whoa!
Make sure to tell all the customers.
I wonder if that's the one with Mario World included.
By the way, there's
It's
extra
not.
coupons in your kit. Next is the Super NES Control Set. It lets the consumer who buys it decide what games and accessories to get. Make sure you have the purchaser get their favorite game to take home with this system, or they'll be real bored right away because they won't be able to play the game or anything. In this box, they get a 16-bit control deck, 1 controller, and RF for the hookup to the TV. Then you hook that up to your RV.
Could you imagine a video game console that doesn't come with a video game? That's just stupid.
Not! The Super NES has way cool accessories too, like the Super NES Super Scope, Mario Paint, and Super NES Cleaning Kit. You can get the Super Scope in 2 packages. The Super NES Super Scope 6 with the 6-in-1 game pack, which is way more awesome because of its great game value.
Whoa.
3 puzzle games and 3 space shooter games come with it.
Space
Or
shooter
the
games.
Super NES Super Scope, and they can buy their own choice game like Metal Combat, Falcon's Revenge, or Yoshi's Safari. Check this out.
They're all dressed the same.
Now 2 can play the game.
Man, Nintendo had a thing for vests around this time.
Yoshi Safari and Metal Combat Falcon's Revenge. So to prepare yourself, you might want to consider some
I wonder if the Super Scope was an attempt to reduce violence. Because it was like a bazooka and not like a fucking
Both Super Scope sets
like
come
pistol
with 6
shape.
AA batteries though, so batteries are included.
All batteries are included. Call now.
Anyway, here's this militia of child soldiers that Nintendo is training.
And hey, take some time yourself and learn it. You know, like research and stuff like that. You'll be way more informed. Another great Super NES accessory is Mario Paint. It's even educational and really fun. It lets kids draw their own pictures.
Wonder if you
has
can
a
make your
zillion
own
colors,
Simpson
and even has already
episodes
pre-made
in Mario
pictures to
Paint.
choose from. It also lets kids animate pictures. They can make mini movies and everything. And wait, that's not all. You can even compose your music with Mario Paint. Kick him. Mario Paint is amazing. And it comes
This is
with
my
a Super
first time-
NES mouse and a mouse pad too. Kids and parents love it. Remember,
Oh wait, no, was
when
it?
you get
Was it
your
my first time
supplemental
using a
box
mouse?
around
No,
December
probably not.
1st, it'll have these Mario Paint info sheets to hand out to customers. They're cool.
And
Yeah,
that's not
cool.
all. There are all kinds of cool accessories for the Super NES, from a variety of controllers to organizers to carry cases. Check with your store to see what they have in stock. Now back to you, Ben.
Don't forget
Game
to
looks
get a
Bono
Super
as
NES
fuck.
cleaning kit too. Whew. The Super NES is an incredible product. But hey, that's not all. No way, dudes. Nintendo's got portable power. It's time for Game Boy. Check this out. Game Boy is the only truly portable game system.
It's a good thing they found Josh, because I don't think this guy's heart is in it.
50% of the players are adults.
Listen, he may have a really cool haircut, but I don't think he's got
Everybody
the
loves the Game Boy.
I'm not going to say it.
Some
The
people say they
charisma.
want
The
a color Game
charisma.
Boy, but as soon as you explain the facts, they come to the sudden realization that Game Boy is the product they really want. Here's the truth. Color. Dudes means more poundage. Color products are like 2
Poundage.
times as heavy
Bono
as Game Boy.
poundage.
Try 2.79 pounds against 10.6 ounces. Game Boy's lightness is what makes it so portable. Color means you got to use more batteries, and more batteries often means more expensive. Game Boy uses 4 AA batteries that last for as long as 30 hours. The Color system uses 6 AA batteries, and they last like 3 to 4 hours. Do the math. Game Boy also comes in 2
I mean,
different packages.
he's
The
right,
Game
you
Boy
know.
set, which is the Game Boy and Tetris, the most mind-bending and most popular puzzle game. Plus, A Game Link cable that lets you go head-to-head against another player and get competitive.
I had the Game
each
Gear and
player
was
has to have the
severely
same
disappointed, but I
multiplayer
also
game
had
pack.
trash games for it, so
Oh yeah, you get 4
that
AA
didn't help.
batteries and stereo headphones to rock out on too. Then there's the Game Boy Basic set, which is perfect for people who have a lot of players to shop for. That way they can buy the game pack of their choice to play with. The basic set comes with the Game Boy, of course, and 4 AA batteries.
I guess, is that
You gotta love this battery.
most stores had the way, like, you would shop by just, like, kind of, like, moving those things?
He really means it.
I know that sentence was terrible, but I'm a little tired. Yesterday was a very, very long day for
You
me.
can plug the Game Boy into the AC, then after recharging the battery pack, you're out
The
the
what
door
would you call them? The blinds, the curtains. No, what are they called, chat?
Hey, we don't want to forget about the one that got the whole thing happening, the NES, or the Nintendo Entertainment System. This jamming system is still happening. It's the original
Pages?
one, and it's got the most games. Over 600 totally cool kicking game packs. It's a lot of software. Sports, action, action-adventure. You name it, NES has got it. The name of the game is the games, right? Hey, it's also got over 75 million happy happening game players. Let's not forget about
I wonder
them.
if this was the
And
last
now
time
we've
they
got
were
two designs.
pushing the NES.
One, the original design like this, the challenge set. This set has the 8-bit control deck. The game Super Mario Bros. 3, only the hottest selling game of all time. 2 controllers, and of course the RF and AC adapter to hook it all up. Then, there's the newly designed control deck. This system
Chat, I'm
includes
gonna.
the
Oh god,
same
what
8-bit
happened to my
system
audio? Oh
with
god, my
much
audio
cooler
got.
new exterior.
Oh, my audio
It's
got
top
real
loading, so
weird.
changing games is quick and easy.
Got real
And
low.
you can set it up right next to the Super NES.
All right,
And
chat, I'm
new
gonna skip ahead.
check-it-out high-tech controller and the usual RF and AC for hookup. And 3, which have been tweaked to 16-bit graphics and stereo.
So we got Mario
Portable party,
World.
dude. And for the original NES, Tetris 2.
Stop with the
ever-popular
Tetris
Russian
2
puzzle
shit.
game goes a step further. It's tough. Kirby's Adventure. It's Kirby, the floating, inhaling, enemy exhaling dude in Kirby's Adventure for the NES.
When are these games coming out?
Now,
I don't know. They
I
look
stuck
really
your brain
cool.
up
I
on
want
Nintendo.
one.
Let me update you on talking to the customers.
That
First
Star
of all,
Fox game
don't
looks
be a
dope.
pushy used car sales dude fast talking customers to death. We don't want that image. Hey, that's my car. You want it?
Dude, that's my car.
This car is you, pal. It has your name written all over it. Not.
Don't
my
be a
God.
pushover either. Be assertive, and hey, you're really doing the consumer a favor when you explain why Nintendo is so great. So try these simple tips. Get your store's customers rocking with your suave, bold lingo. Be enthusiastic and talk video game fun. Don't be fake or too technical. Be real and tell them why Nintendo is so cool.
Be real.
Here's the really fun part. Use the hands-on demo and displays to show the people the Nintendo products. Mac gameplay action. Your store has agreed to set up a Super NES and TV for you to demo with. If
Be
they don't
real,
have a
but
Super
not too
NES
real.
display already. Make sure you have a Super NES up and running to show top games like NHL Stanley Cup and Super Mario All-Stars.
That looks
Check
bono.
it out. These guys will show you how it's done.
You know, I was talking to the guy over there, and he told me that there's a color portable system available.
Well, you know, color does have its drawbacks. And one of those happens to be the weight of the unit. I mean, the unit's going to weigh about 3 pounds as opposed to 10.6 ounces with the Game Boy. Also, you're going to pay a price. You're going to pay a lot in batteries.
Very
too.
real.
Look, you gotta ask questions to know what the customer's looking for, so ask.
Rockin' and
Number
real
one,
and bono.
What type of features or games are you interested in? Number 2, how old's the player? Number 3, how experienced is the player? You know, stuff like that. Take the answers and show them how Nintendo meets their needs.
I gotta stop saying bono. Oh god.
You're the Nintendo person, right?
Uh-huh.
Great. Why are they redesigning the NES?
Well, by redesigning the NES system, Nintendo is actually showing its commitment to the 8-bit market. You can still use the over 600 games that are available for the original 8-bit system, as well as all the accessories. But it has a new top-loading feature that makes it really neat.
Great, thanks.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those or played a game on one of them.
Check it out again.
It has a new top-loading feature that makes it really neat.
Great, thanks.
Wow.
All right, now look. Use
Really
those
neat.
decapitated sheets. Man, come on, that's easy, boy. I was just testing to see if you were still with me. Cool. Now look, use the laminated sheets to explain the products to the customers. The legal size yellow sheet answers tough questions. The legal size blue sheet compares our system with the competition. The blue sheet shows the Super NES games and systems, the pink sheet shows NES and Game Boy systems and accessories, and the orange sheet shows hot new titles.
you would think, okay, you're already working retail, right? And you don't want to be there. You got shit you got to do in your life. You don't want to be there. And then they're like, all right, the red sheet has this. All right, then here's the numbers that you want to crunch. All right, now this is the taxes sheet. It shows you how many taxes that you could do per year. All right, and this is how you get your income tax returns. Okay, now this is Miyamoto's personal phone number. If you got a question that's a little too tough, call this and he'll pick up anytime at night. Also, if you could explain everything about any of the games, we've got a tip line you could call while a customer's waiting. That would be sick.
Paint Super FX chip info.
Hi, Nintendo, huh? Well, you know, it's getting close to Christmas, and I'm getting ready to get a game pack for my children. But I've been watching a lot of news reports.
A game pack. I've never heard game pack
games,
before.
I'm quite concerned about that. You know, I really want to make a good choice for them.
Like from a human and not a robot?
Reported violence and things like that. I'm just about ready to get rid of all my systems.
I understand. Nintendo's actually been concerned about violence in video games for quite some time.
Oh,
we
boy.
actually have this brochure for parents. It details some of the things we look at when we make video games.
Wow, that's great.
All right, now listen, people. Very crucial point.
Very
Listen
crucial.
Hi.
No violencia.
You know, I was talking to the other guy over there, and he told me that the other system actually is better sound, better graphics, is an overall better system, so I'm not sure which one to get.
Let me show you this comparison chart. This shows that in every category, the Super NES is superior to the competition. Not only that, but if you buy the Super NES
hand-picked
Superset
categories.
right now, you can get a free Super Mario All-Stars game pack.
Yeah, I see it does come with a game pack, Super Mario World.
Oh, that's Super Mario World that comes with the system. I'm talking about Super Mario All-Stars that comes in addition. Super Mario All-Stars is a 4-in-1 game pack valued at over $60.
Wow.
It has Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3, and the Lost Levels, never before seen.
Well, so I get not only the one that's included with the system, but an additional one.
Yeah.
Plus, it sounds like it's a better system overall. I think I'll get this one.
Great. Don't forget your coupon.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Radical. Be real, but not too real.
Look, cool. Oh, dudes, remember, discussions with customers about the competition can be tricky, so make sure you don't fall into the usual traps. You don't ever want to mention the name of the competition. You also don't
Oh,
want to
shit.
knock,
You can
degrade,
never?
insult, or make rude and unseemly noises and derogatory comments about the competition's products.
You
Talk about all
should
the good
totally,
stuff
like,
about our
fart.
products instead. You may also hear rumors. When you're out there, perceptions do not always match reality. So don't be surprised to hear these common objections or criticisms about Nintendo.
You should do this when they mention Sega. You should go... And you should also, like, you know, you should scoff. And you should say the fuck word. And you should probably also, if they're holding a Sega game pack, you should take it, throw it on the ground, and stomp on it.
Nintendo is not
But,
cutting
you know, don't
edge.
really do that.
We're not coming out with the most advanced, coolest products like the CD-ROM. Not! Let's get real. CD-ROM,
Oh my God.
yeah, it's great for big piles of information, but Nintendo's not going to bring out a product when there's not a way to get fast action and cool interactive fun out of it.
Cool.
Nintendo doesn't think CD-ROM technology offers enough to players. Yet. Hey, read my lips. CD-ROM is slow.
There's that turtle again. They keep showing the turtle. The poor turtle. They did this same thing
Nintendo
2 years
fans
later.
expect the best, and CD-ROM can't deliver yet. But Nintendo is on the cutting edge. Actually, light years beyond, dudes. In fact, with the
Dudes?
Silicon Graphics partnership for a 64-bit system, and the Nintendo hardware for the airlines happening, coffee,
What?
tea, Mario, Nintendo is
Airlines?
going way beyond in creating fun for the future of gameplay. Check this out. Roll tape.
Once upon a time, video
If only
games were
Nintendo
just
64
barely
was
video
real.
and just barely games. While hailed as an escape from board games, players found themselves bored anyway. Then Nintendo came along and redefined the category with vastly superior video,
Hell yeah,
more
Zelda 2.
challenging games, and
It's
just
nice
a
to see
little
Zelda 2 once in a while.
Kids couldn't get enough of Mario and his adventures, so Nintendo introduced Super NES. and Mario's 8-bit land exploded into a 16-bit world. With a devotion to consistently advanced gameplay, Nintendo
When they
has
say
continued to break
64-bit,
new
they meant
ground
just
with
like
Mode 7
Star
graphics
Fox?
and the
Like the
Super
FX chip?
which
Yeah.
delivers the most realistic action on the market today. But as a company that has always led the industry, Nintendo continues to look forward. And with an eye to the future, tomorrow begins today. Nintendo, the world's
Tomorrow,
leader in video games, has
tomorrow
joined forces with
comes
Silicon
today.
Graphics, the world's leader in visual computing, to introduce the most exhilarating,
Damon Albarn
breathtakingly
watched this tape while he was
3D
working
video
at some place and
ever witnessed.
trying to sell video games, and he was like, I've got a song idea.
Leagues beyond any currently available or anticipated hardware, Project Reality will bring to home video players the same types of astounding visual effects seen in movies.
Look at those
like
frame
Terminator
rates,
2
dear Lord.
And Jurassic Park. When this technology is made interactive, players won't just watch their TV screens, they'll dive headfirst right through them.
I thought he was going to say they'll die.
Just imagine it.
Whoa.
Video
Whoa,
entertainment
whoa.
that looks and sounds like nothing you've ever seen before.
Jeez. So they're showing this off, but I mean, it's still years out from the N64's release. They're probably like just getting started researching all this stuff, aside from like the Super FX
Is like a dream
chip.
come true that sort of takes your imagination go way off.
Wow. Be real, but not too real.
It's just rocket, and it's much better when it's fast.
That kid is now my age. Jeez.
Fun. They're cool.
I mean, they're showing off a lot of random 3D demos, which
Play a video game that takes me anywhere I want to go and lets me be anything I want to be.
I mean, it's cool, but even, you know, it's years out, and then the N64 would come out, and Bing Bing Wahoo Man was very low polygon. So they might be slightly overstating
Feel different.
what's possible.
Super duper sound. Yeah, a lot of action. Cool graphics.
It's very cool graphics and super duper sound. What are we looking at?
We want to play the games. We want to be right inside them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, regardless, the N64 was incredible when it came out. Same for PS1 when they really, you know, figured out
the 21st century, but
how to make
these
them games
phenomenal
good.
effects will be dazzling arcade
Took a little
game
while.
players this time next year. And by the end of 1995, Project Reality will be a reality to all home players as well. No other system will offer this dimension of realism. No other manufacturer can promise this scope of play. With this
Oh, yeah, no, the
marriage of
PS1 was
game-making
awesome.
expertise and technical wizardry,
And it did, I would
home
say it won
video
the console
entertainment
war,
just took
which
on
is,
a whole new dimension.
you know, that term actually annoys me.
64-bit
But
Nintendo in the arcades in 94
it
and in
did-
your house in 95. Nintendo is leading the way. Now, let's talk sports. Nintendo, short on sport? I don't think so.
Sega
We've
Saturn?
got
What's
great
that?
sport games for Super NES, Game Boy, and NES. And we're talking awesome sound and soundtrack. Better in-the-game perspective with Mode 7 scaling and rotation. Fill out the evaluation that's in that training Power Players guides. Hey, party on, Nintendo demonstrators, and have a good time.
This dude is Tom Cruising that couch hard. All right, that was pretty much the end of it. It was, you know, now you get a song, a cool rock and roll song about how cool Players First and Nintendo. Amazing. That's weird. That was weird. Shit. I want a stock Nintendo product now. Chat, there's two more. I'm trying to think of which one I want to see. Yeah, I mean, I probably should have gone in a slightly better order. But this one is Nintendo 64, 1996, E3. The other one is product demo 19... Wait. Yeah, so this is... One is 1994, one's 1996.
Pin right above good old DK himself. Now, make sure you wear the pins on the vest, and don't turn your hats around backwards like me and Snoop Diddy Dog here.
It's Josh again.
Go, monkey, go. Also, you will receive one of 3 Super NES banners. Stunt Race FX, Super Game Boy, or Super Metroid. Now, be sure to hang them up high where they have better visibility.
So this is the same thing. It seems like they put out the same video like a couple years in a row. We watched 94 at E3. The benefit of this one is it actually has Josh as a host, but this one has Nintendo 64, so maybe I'll watch this one and we'll save that one for another time. Getting Weird with It will be next week. I don't think I have, like, I think I might have got, like, a little bit of con rot from yesterday, chat. I feel mostly good, just slightly lethargic. So we'll just do Getting Weird with It next week. It's okay, chat. I'm as lethargic as I am. I can watch stupid videos and laugh about them. The dream is reality. It's funny going straight from, like, here's the tape from 1993 talking about how silicon graphics are going to change the world because Jurassic Park and T2. Well, here it is. It's like the beta UI from Star Fox. Wow. I haven't seen some of that footage. Like early Star Fox 64. I'm going to be real, chat. The waves in Wave Race blew me away. That was like, okay, when they were talking about the future of gaming and, like, you know, the silicon graphics being incredible, it was the fucking waves in Wave Race. Oh. I wonder if the stuttering is the VHS. Whoa! Fucking Body Harvest. I streamed Body Harvest briefly. And not too briefly. I got like halfway through, but it didn't emulate particularly well. Super Mario Kart R. What does the R stand for? It seems so obvious now about, like, just calling everything 64. But I guess at the time it wasn't. Oh, this is when GoldenEye was an on-rail shooter. Wow, this is some really early footage of some of these games. But they went like balls to the wall in 1996 E3. Turok. It's Killer Instinct, everybody. Again, but this time it has 3D backgrounds and better sprites. It's Bono. I mean, Bono, sorry. I know it's like, okay, comparing PS1 and Nintendo 64 in terms of like sales or influence, or but just what games you liked, or which games have aged better. But remember, I got a PS1 later, and I do think the PS1 was incredible, but when you grow up with something like the N64, this reel is just showing me how many of these games were just incredible. Both were good. But yeah, I mean, the one that I mostly remember growing up was the N64. And I had more games for it too. That said, I have like 15 PS1 demo discs from the fucking magazine. So I think this one is a lot more dry.
Oh, this is awesome. Stay fair, stay fair, stay fair, stay fair. Where am I?
The future of fun is shining bright for Super NES, Game Boy, and Super Game Boy. Nintendo has one powerhouse of a lineup waiting in the wings for '96. First up, there's the wild new adventure game for Super NES.
That
Super
buzzing is
Mario
really cool.
RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. But this is no ordinary Mario game. It's his first interactive role-playing game. And it's a load of challenging fun. The evil Smithy has shattered the Star Road and is determined to rule the Mushroom Kingdom.
Noise. It's like just
again,
like
it's
damned
Mario
souls.
to the rescue. And it's a battle
Oh,
of
it was
brawn
booing. Never
and
mind. I thought it was
brains
damned
as you help
souls.
Mario solve puzzles and use various weapons, spells, and objects on this exciting adventure. Even Bowser and Princess Toadstool lend a hand to help recover the 7 stars, repair the Star Road, and defeat the treacherous Smithy. This action-packed role-playing game features stunning advanced computer. The
Okay.
next inning,
Ken Griffey Jr. I'm gonna skip ahead. I've made the decision, chat.
He's on the move. No, we haven't tinkered with its incredibly popular feature set or operational control.
Something happened in 1996 where Nintendo was like, you know, we're gonna move away from, the alternative rock guys and the Bill and Ted archetype. We're gonna move away from them.
But the new Game Boy Pocket is over 30% smaller than the original Game Boy and features
backed by the power of the Play Loud advertising campaign.
More charts, money. Yeah, this is a little too dry for me right now. And then the rest of it. It's only a 20-minute tape. You know what? Let's watch a little bit of this one. While it's still kind of semi-early enough. I just want to check out some of it. We can skip the numbers and all the stuff that repeats, but this is 1994, where things were most radical.
I think it's every parent's dream, maybe, to have a doctor in the family.
All right. We're gonna. There we go.
You and your store will be representing the largest manufacturer of video games in the entire world. You probably know Nintendo best for being the mega giant video game maker that brought video games back onto the market, creating a multi-billion-dollar interactive entertainment industry. So what am I doing in the jungle? That's a good question. You see, Nintendo is breaking technological barriers again. They're releasing a game on November 21st called Donkey Kong Country. They'll be out just in time for Thanksgiving. Now,
Please
look
tell
for
us about
old
Jurassic
friend
Park
Donkey
and
Kong.
Terminator 2.
He's back with his sidekick Diddy Kong in the first game ever fully created on SGI supercomputers. Oh, by the way, did I mention this is Diddy Kong? Say hi, Diddy. That's my monkey.
Chat,
The graphics in
they
this
got
game
a
are so
real
much
monkey
better
for
than
this.
anything you've ever seen, and it's all designed for Nintendo's 16-bit Super NES. Now we'll take a closer look at Donkey Kong Country in a couple minutes. It's gonna be a big part of what you'll be doing as a Nintendo demonstrator.
They hired a monkey.
No, Diddy, not that kind of demonstrator. A product demonstrator. Anyway, as you train to become a Nintendo product demonstrator, take the time to play and learn our systems. It is the best way to find out, well, what over 7 million game
All
players
right.
already
Well,
know.
Josh, you don't have to
that
compare the
Nintendo
customers
is
to a
more fun than
monkey.
A barrel full of... Hey, take it easy, Diddy. It's all fun and games till someone loses an eye, pal. Now, your key goals as a product demonstrator are very simple.
Dude's in a psychedelic
Help
jungle.
each customer decide which Nintendo stuff is best for them. Second, to impart Nintendo's strength and commitment to its 3 hardware systems and its superior software like Donkey Kong Country, as well as its cool accessories like Super Game Boy that lets you play Game Boy games on TV.
This guy went on to write sitcoms or 4 sitcoms.
Get the customers to play the games. I mean, heck, that's
There you
what it's all
go.
about,
We
right?
found out Josh is actually...
Answer any
Josh also
question our
was not
customers
lighting
may
that
have
Pearl Jam
about the
concert correctly.
competition.
I don't know if you know about that.
That's right, Diddy. Nintendo makes the best video games, and we're
Might have been a
gonna show
different
'em.
Josh.
Now, I know this sounds like a lot to learn in a short period of time, but don't worry. We have faith in you. Hey, it's Nintendo. We've got Donkey Kong Country, Super Game Boy, and the best video game products ever made. Combine that with the holidays, and you're gonna have a blast. Did you ever look under
You're
Sam's
going
beard?
to actually get electrocuted. It's what's going to happen according to this video.
So before we get started, let's just check to make sure you have all the supplies you're gonna need. All right, you should have received one box full of stuff. It's got a big orange sticker on it that says, "Attention Nintendo demonstrators." You know that.
You know, again, every time I see one of these boxes, I'm like, fuck, how great would it be to open one for the first time in current year 2024 on stream, on my stream. So if anyone knows how to get one of these boxes, be sure to let me know.
In the setting up section of your binder. Are you ready? All right, you should have one training manual with videotape. In the back of the binder, assorted laminated info sheets, way cool game pack directory, and Nintendo info.
New
newsletter.
old stock. Yeah, one that wasn't
Donkey Kong
destroyed.
Demonstration station. One extra videotape with Donkey Kong Country and Super Bit Nintendo Power brochures. 25 X, Super Game Boy, or Super Metroid. Well, but you
Okay,
should
hang
check
on.
it out.
Monkey
It's
footage.
product
Monkey footage is what we're here for.
Look good. I mean, I don't mean like Miss America or Muscle Magazine good. But you should try to wear clothes that don't make you look like you just came back from Woodstock. Now that's what we're going for. I'm saying hip, I'm cool, I'm now, I'm 90s. You know, I've
What, is that cool?
Now, under the Nintendo stuff, just casual, but smart, professional looking. Nice pants, a nice shirt or blouse. I mean, then you got it nailed. Boom!
One thing excuse me. No, I really don't like every one of these tapes has had like some segment about like how people should dress, which I find a little bit weird. I mean, I kind of get it, but wouldn't that be just the retail place itself that sets those rules?
And now everyone who walks in the store will know, hey, that's the person I want to talk to. No smooching with customers, though. You know,
What?
unless they're buying a lot of games.
The fuck?
Alrighty then. Your first task as a highly trained,
Like-
nicely dressed
all right.
Nintendo product demonstrator is to, what did he? Thank you very much. You are correct, sir. Help the customer decide which Nintendo video game or system they're gonna buy.
See, this is
is
why
where
Josh
all
is
the
the best,
brochures
because
and
he gets to
laminated
work with a
info sheets
monkey,
will come in handy.
and he did a
About
good
the
job.
Brochures. You don't have a ton of brochures to hand out, so use them sparingly. Give them to any customer who is undecided or needs info to take with them. The Super NES brochure covers the 16-bit Super NES system. The Pick the System covers Super NES, Game Boy, Zine, Everbit program that color news up, so don't go monkeying around with... Sorry, I did that again, didn't I? I guess there's no bananas for me tonight, huh? To make the Donkey Kong demonstration station more
Okay.
effective, make sure you position it near the interactive
Look,
store
he's
display.
hanging out
Make
with
sure
his
store
buddy.
has one. Now, it's also possible you'll be getting a follow-up package around the first week of December. keep a lookout for a mysterious box with cool supplies with another one of those radioactive Dayglow cheese doodle stickers on it.
If the box is ticking, do not open
the
it.
store to have the time available poster placed in a front window or highly visible area with your correct schedule marked in so that customers will know when you'll be there. Otherwise, they'll just end up sitting around talking to themselves and, well, that might be funny for you and me, but now it isn't going to help sell any Nintendo games now, is it? Now make sure to write your schedule in using an erasable marker. That's all, class. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Just what the heck is this Super NES thing? Shazam! It's simple. NES stands for Nintendo Entertainment System. What makes the Nintendo game system
At this point, I'm just going to look for Monkey.
On your Super NES. And hey, special news. Super Game Boy is an adapter that allows you to play your Game Boy games in color on your Super NES. Okay, now it's over. Okay, now it's time to pull this tape out and put in the Super Game Boy Donkey Kong Country tape.
Oh shit! The monkey hit itself.
For Super Game Boy and the music video that follows the country tape. Check out put in the Super Game Boy Donkey Kong Country tape.
What the fuck is he doing?
Check out this special
Monkey,
newscast
no.
for Super Game Boy and the music video that follows it. Now, when the music video after the newscast is over, stop the tape.
I feel like that footage could be useful for something.
I'll tell you what, it'll blow you away. Super
set on conquering the galaxy. Ride shotgun on Yoshi's Back in Yoshi's Safari, or play the original Battle Clash. Watch for these and other hot Nintendo Super Scope titles.
Okay, now both Super Scope game sets come complete with 6 AA batteries, so you can tell the customers, why yes, batteries are included. And with the Super NES Mario Paint accessory, kids can draw their own pictures in about a zillion different colors and compose their own music at the same time. It's like directing their own little mini movies. Right, Diddy? I'm sure Sharon Stone is just dying to work with you. But kids will be dying to play with the Super NES
I want to see the
Mario Paint
outtakes.
game. You gotta check it out.
The classic Renaissance artists, Michelangelo, Van Gogh, Renoir. Such a pity they didn't have Mario Paint. With Mario Paint for your Super NES, you have the power to paint,
There he is.
and compose music.
I found the 1994 retail manual on eBay.
That's Mario Paint.
How much is it?
Except no substitute.
I don't want it.
What is it that
I'm
makes
just saying, how
Nintendo
much is
so
it?
Special? It's because they're so big. How big? How about the largest game library of any video game system in the world?
Someone said $350.
1,500 games
I don't
available
believe
for
that.
Nintendo systems,
Fuck,
and even
that's
more
crazy.
being released every month. Hey, how about it's so big that their customer product hotline gets over 160,000 technology parts. Country stop here.
Whoa, I saw the Wario apparition.
Oh man! We already gave you the buzz about how cool and amazing Donkey Kong Country is. Now, obviously, Donkey Kong is a prime primate, but it doesn't stop here. Uniracers is setting a whole new
Brief
standard
appearance
for
of
gameplay
Wario
speed and
apparition. That's crazy.
Pick from 16 hot unis and race against a
Back in
computer,
1994.
or head-to-head with a friend using the split-screen view. Plus, there's a whole
Again, the Uniracers. It's just like that exact time when Uniracers was relevant. It's weird.
which is infested with Metroid hatchlings and mutant space
Here we go.
dudes. It's kinda
Mutant
your
space dudes.
responsibility to take care of it, but that's okay because it's 24 megs and you get amazing superpowers, super tools, and awesome battery backup to save your progress. You gotta have it. Super Pinball brings real live action pinball to your Super NES. There are 3 different levels and extra bonus levels too.
Jolly
Super
Joker.
Mario All-Stars features 4 great games in one game pack. Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, and Killer and to let you know what's down the line a bit. Since none of the competition has anything like DK Country, they'll all be promising future innovations. Nintendo Entertainment System.
Okay, more of this stuff.
Well,
Yeah, it's the same format each time.
Great. Better than the CD-ROM stuff I've seen. And what about 32-bit adapters? Is that what I'm seeing here?
Not at all. Again, Nintendo has mastered 16-bit technology and produces incredible games like this. Our competitor has a 32-bit adapter, which is an accessory at extra cost to you. But to get great graphics, sound, and gameplay from Nintendo, just buy the 16-bit
Oh,
Super
man.
NES. The game you want, you're all set. Nothing else to buy. Are you interested in picking one up?
Echo.
Well, not quite yet.
I'll tell you what. Let me give you this. It's a Super NES brochure which tells you about the system. If you have any questions at all, I'll be right here to answer them, or call Nintendo's toll-free number on the brochure.
Great. Thank you very much. You've been very...
about it. Now just remember, you're representing
Yeah, the whole
quality,
tape has got an echo.
top-of-the-line, much in-demand product. It's gonna be fun and rewarding. Nintendo's an excellent gift. By the way, Diddy wrapped this one. And who said primates can't package? The products are popular. The company is popular. And if you just follow these easy steps we've outlined for you here today and in the training manual, you should be very popular too. Wait, Ditz, we're not done quite yet. I got a surprise for you, bud. It's Donkey Kong. Happy holidays, everybody. And remember, Nintendo
Oh
game
man,
products
it's like
speak for
Club
themselves.
Nintendo quality.
All you have to do is be friendly, help a little, above all, have fun. Bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye.
All right, we'll leave it here, chat. I mean, oh, we've seen this already. Yeah, there's you know, these tapes are kind of fun to see. After the first one, you kind of get the whole thing. Like, I found the first one to be the most interesting because it was so, like, it was like, oh, this is what they sent out. I always wondered how this worked, and it was just this guy or another guy. And yeah, it's cool. It's cool that this is just kind of something that was sent out to people. And I'm sure some of these tapes still exist somewhere. Obviously, we have them. But I don't know if they do something similar these days. Maybe they have like just like a YouTube video. But yeah, there's some good stuff. You could probably YouTube poop a good chunk of that, especially monkey footage. But if you know of any weird, you know, obscure Nintendo related tapes or anything like that, that might be fun to watch for a segment, let me know. But also, you know, if it's stuff that repeats as much as this, I guess it's all kind of a little bit interesting though. You know, each one had a different theme. So they were all very 90s. And chat, as someone who lived through the 90s and remembers it, I enjoyed watching the 90s again. It was just as cut together very quickly as you would imagine from the tapes. The editing in the 90s was as insane as it was in these tapes. And it was loud. Play it loud.
Main article, chalk mining.
All right, so chat, listen. Thank you for being here tonight. Like I said, this was a little bit more of a chill Sunday stream. And if you have Sunday stream ideas for the future, be sure to let me know. But yeah, during the week, we're going to be doing... tomorrow, I might have another multiplayer thing. And then I think Tuesday, I'm going to try to do Abiotic Factor, because there's a new update. And also going to play more Unmetal. And maybe more of that Banjo-Kazooie thing. So I've got a lot of stuff. And there's a ton of games that I want to play. So I'm just going to take it one game at a time. And it'll be fun. The Jolly Jelkers return. Yes, that's right. Will you do any Bono streams soon? I keep reading Bono. See, this is why I don't want to use Bono as like a new word. I don't want to use it. I don't want to bring it back. Because I'm going to read it as Bono. And then immediately I think about when I saw U2 20 years ago and Bono was like, "Oi, lay your head on my breast." So I don't need that. That's not... And also, chat, I don't know if you know this, but there's a guy in U2 called Edge. Like, really? Anyway. Chat, appreciate your support. Was nice to meet some of you yesterday at Long Island RetroCon. Thanks for stopping by the booth, buying a hot sauce, or even just hanging out. So, you know, we'll do more of that. I have more animations I'll show on stream soon. And that's it. Thanks, mods. Thanks, everybody. And have a good night. Bye-bye.